In August of 1892, a husband and wife were found brutally murdered in their home. The number one suspect? The husband's daughter, Lizzie Borden. Today, we look at Lizzie's upbringing in a home with a tightwad father and the stress that caused on Lizzie and her sister. We'll detail the gruesome murders and Lizzie's ensuing trial. We'll also break down some theories on what and why this may have happened. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you thought Massachusetts' claim to fame was me being born there, stick around. It certainly is, but this is pretty famous too. This is Necronomipod.
We were talking about it briefly off air, and I'm not going to hold back. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. Frustrated. John Cena's a heel.
I've seen videos posted online of kids crying when they witnessed this turn of events the other day, right?
Might be the biggest turn the world has ever seen.
Yeah, there's a whole generation of kids or younger guys, whatever. It's like Hulk Hogan, how like when he turned for us, you know, with NWO, it's like, oh, Hulk Hogan's not a bad guy. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, how does the world keep turning when this happens?
There's something wrong here.
There is something wrong.
Like, it's not even a joke. Something's wrong here.
I didn't fully understand what I was looking at for a second. Like, it took a second for it to register. Like, oh, shit.
When he kicked Cody, I thought Cody was heel. Like, in my mind, I was like, oh, Cody just went heel? That is not. My brain would not allow me to comprehend.
Short-circuited.
That John Cena just turned his back on all of the C Nation out there.
Yeah. He had all those Make-A-Wish kids, too, up at the top of the ramp, you know? Like he does every time.
Yeah.
He probably fucking ruined that for them. I wonder if he gave them the heads up, like, hey, I'm turning bad tonight, so I'm not trying to ruin your Make-A-Wish.
Man, I can't imagine. Who
Kids
knows?
are probably all going to die now, right? It took their will to live. It sapped it.
Probably. I don't know any other outcome. My mind is still reeling, and it's been days. And I can honestly say I did not see it coming.
This stuff really does live in you guys' mind, huh?
Well, not really, but I have been thinking about how awesome it was that they fucking swerved us. Ian and I were texting nonstop about what we were going to think we thought was going to happen. And then we're just like, oh, shit.
Nothing.
Not that. Didn't think that.
It's fun again because everything's not so predictable. Remember, there was years that we would get together for WrestleMania and shit, and it would play out exactly how we said it would. And it's like, well, this isn't fun.
We'd be like, he wins this match, he wins this match. Yeah. She's going to win this. She's going to do this. She's coming out. He's coming out. Yep. And it's like, oh, did we write this?
Could have.
We could have done it better then, Dave. We could have done it better. But now, they're doing a pretty damn good job.
I also saw that Travis Scott had ruptured Cody's eardrum.
He smacked the fuck out of him.
Someone needed to tell him it was fake.
Well, Rock said in his his post-Mania press conference, he goes, Travis is like, can I get in on this? Like, I want to do something. And Rock goes, if you're going to do it, you better make it look good. He's like, I didn't know he was going to actually just fucking smack the shit out of him. Ruptured Cody's eardrum.
Yeah.
I will make one quick prediction and then we'll move on from wrestling. Here's my prediction for WrestleMania. Rock's going to be in Cena's corner. Near the end of the match, the ref's going to take a bump. The Rock's going to be trying to get Cena to hit Cody with a chair or with the Rock's strap belt or with something to win the match. Cena's going to make a big dramatic moment out of it and refuse to do it. Cody's going to turn around and get the win. Afterwards, Rock's going to start berating Cena for not going as far as it takes, Boom, Rock's going to hit him with an attitude adjuster, shake Cody's hand, pass the torch, happy fade out. And then Cena continues his tour as a babyface.
All right.
That's my prediction.
Wow, your penis is going to really be hard when that happens, huh?
I don't know. We'll see.
Watch it not happen because nothing we think
That's true.
happens is going that way anymore.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put that out there because now Triple H is like, well, fuck, Mike Namapod just figured it out. That ain't happening now.
He made a case for Drew McIntyre winning.
I read it. I didn't.
Yeah, or you read it and we were talking about it. He was the first one to go.
They got us.
Yeah.
Dave, did the Oscars swerve you as much as wrestling swerved
I was going to
us?
say, I assume you guys did not watch the Academy Awards. You were too busy with this nonsense.
Well, no, they were different nights. Different nights. But I didn't even know the Academy Awards happened until the next day when I saw.
You know, a lot of surprises. I thought the film Nora won Best Picture and Best Actress and Best Director, and it was
The Clean
okay.
House. Clean House.
Surprise winner of the evening, I think. It's a good indie film. It was not the best picture of the year, but okay. I can live with it.
My favorite highlight was Adam Sandler.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. I love how that is just the most common everyday guy. And he's but he's up there with like Hollywood royalty.
That's great.
And like he's considered to be like the elite.
Yeah.
And he's fucking dressed like us recording this show right now.
That was a good bit.
How did Conan do hosting?
Okay. He seemed even sparsely used. I don't know. Went a long time in between his stuff. It's good. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just spot watched it just to get some updates. But
Is it really long? Is it a super long show, or you just weren't interested?
I don't stay up that late. I'm
long
not
does it
sure
go?
how long it goes. I think it starts early now. Does it start at 8 maybe? It used to be like 9 to 12, 12:30 kind of deal, but I'm certainly not staying up that late.
Yeah, that's just preposterous. Okay.
Way past my bedtime.
What should have won Best Film that was nominated? And then give me a second answer if there was one that wasn't nominated that should have won.
I didn't see every movie this year. There was still 2 that I didn't get to. I don't know. I don't really have a pick this year. I thought there were a lot of movies nominated that didn't belong in the category as Best Picture.
Was there one that you felt should have been nominated that wasn't?
Not sure I'm in a position to answer that. No,
Okay.
I don't think so. Nothing. I don't know.
It's just not a good year for
It's
movies.
not a great year, yeah. I'm sure there were lots that were nominated, but that should have been nominated that weren't. But
They still doing like 10 nominations?
yeah, 10.
That's a little much.
Like that Conclave movie is not good.
I couldn't even tell
Should
you what
not
that
have been. The Bob Dylan movie was okay. Best Picture. I don't think so.
Did Nicolas Cage get nominated for anything?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay. And has the Academy given a statement as to why? Because it seems a little absurd.
Yeah, he probably did 5 direct-to-DVD movies this year, so you would think he could have got at least one nomination, right?
Maybe he'll get some on like the Rotten Tomatoes or what are those? What's the awards for
The
shit?
Razzies.
Maybe he'll get a Razzie out of it at least.
That's all I got. I don't really have any more deeper thoughts. I don't know. Dune 2 was fucking awesome. It was better than Anora.
Was Dune 2 nominated?
It was.
Was Dune 1 also good?
It was excellent, yeah. They both were great. Absolutely. The Substance with the body horror movie. You see The Substance, Ian?
No.
That's really good.
What one? Like, do they do a best horror film?
No.
They don't do that. The Academy does not respect the
don't
horror
think so.
genre.
That's a horror movie?
It's like a body dysmorphia horror movie. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Really good.
Okay. Sounds like it was a very lackluster Academy Awards.
Yeah.
You should have just watched John Cena turn into a bag.
That was
I wouldn't go
cinematic
that far. No.
That was best actor, John Cena. Best supporting actor, Dwayne Johnson. That's the only time you will ever hear that. He ain't winning one for his movies.
Yeah, Ricky Stenicki was not nominated for Best Picture. I didn't.
Well, that was a couple years ago. But
Wasn't that last year? Was that a couple years old at this point?
I feel like it was, but I don't know.
I have
You're telling me that wasn't nominated?
No.
That's a crying
It was
shame.
a fucking great movie.
I still haven't seen it.
Ricky Stenicki.
I've heard of Lizzie Borden a ton. Had no idea what the story was.
Really?
And then read it, and it was not what I would have guessed.
Yeah, well, that's fun for you.
It was a fun little roller coaster.
Yeah, when you think of or search anything about like famous trials or whatever, this is always on those like top 10 lists, whatever.
Some good crime scene photos. Not the clearest photos, but 80s metal band, Lizzie Borden. Not good.
No, I've never listened to it.
Well, let's get into it.
Lizzie Borden was born on July 19th, 1860 in Fall River, Massachusetts. Fall River was a mill town known for its textile industry, and Lizzie grew up in a family that on paper had money, but wasn't exactly living like it. Her parents were Andrew Jackson Borden and Sarah Anthony Borden. Lizzie had an older sister, Emma, born in 1851, and a middle sister, Alice, who died as a baby. When Lizzie was just 2 years old, her mother passed away, which, 1860s, medicine's not great. People died young all the time.
Yeah, that's true story.
A lot of tuberculosis going around.
A lot of tuberculosis.
2 years later, Andrew remarried a woman named Abby Durfee Gray. Lizzie never warmed up to her. She and Emma never saw Abby as a motherly figure. Lizzie refused to call her mother, referring to her as Mrs. Borden instead. Emma, being nearly 9 years older than Lizzie, had promised their dying mother that she would look after Lizzie. Because of that, Emma took on like that mother role to Lizzie as they grew up. Getting to Andrew Borden, he came from one of the old prominent families in Fall River, but that didn't mean like he was born into money.
Same, bro. Same. I can relate.
Unlike some of his relatives, he had to build his wealth from the ground up. He started off in furniture making and casket manufacturing.
Some guy tried to sell me a casket the other day. I said, "Sir, that's the last thing I need."
Oh, man.
Womp womp. You can get one of those Kiss caskets?
They still sell those after their retirement.
Probably.
People love them.
You think Gene Simmons is going to pull merch off the market?
Tons of people buried in the...
Dimebag Darrell's the only one I know of for sure. I'm sure there's others, but...
I had a friend buried in a Kiss shirt.
Yeah?
People love Kiss, man.
I would be okay being buried in a Kiss shirt. I mean, I'm not going to be buried, but you can burn me up in a Kiss shirt. That's fine. Yeah. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no burial here, pal.
Yeah. You can burn me up wherever you want.
Right, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
I'm putting some firecrackers in my ass just to make it fun, right? M80s. Stick a dynamite in your ass.
Just a big fucking explosion inside the oven.
Next, if you're old, they're not going to do an autopsy. So if you can get a willing accomplice, grease up your ass and put a huge stick of dynamite up there right on your deathbed, how fucking great would that be? Put you in that crematorium?
Just grease up the mortician ahead of time. Be like, hey, bud, I'm probably going to go here the next year or two. There's $100 with your name on it if you stick these up my ass when I'm dead.
$100. Gonna go out with a bang. Hell yeah. Can you imagine you blow the whole incinerator up?
Like you put something in there that's just a little too strong and it actually does damage.
C4, like you swallow balloons of C4. You blow up a whole city block when they try to cremate you.
Oh gosh, now we're getting into terroristic activities. I don't like where this conversation has went.
It went from firecrackers to blowing up a whole block.
Oof.
So eventually he branched out into real estate, buying up property and renting it out. By the 1880s, he had built a small empire, serving as director of multiple textile mills, president of Union Savings Bank, and involved in other business ventures. By the time of his death in 1892, his estate was valued at around $300,000, which in today's money, that would be about $9 million.
Solid chunk of change.
It's pretty good.
Not bad. Do you know what a textile is? It's a word you hear all the time. Do you know the definition of a textile? You're like, oh, a textile mill, sure. I was reading this. I'm like, You know what? What the fuck is a textile?
What is it?
Book definition. A material made from fibers, threads, or yarns that can be woven, knitted, or crocheted into cloth. The term can also refer to the fibers themselves. There you go. Textile.
So just making fabric?
Some stuff, yeah.
Some stuff?
A stuff mill.
It didn't answer.
Clothing, home goods, medical, construction.
I was going to say clothing's probably the biggest thing, right?
Textiles. Do you know where the word comes from? The Latin word
Antarctica.
textilis, which means woven. The term originally only referred to woven fabrics, but now includes other methods of fabric production. The more you know.
That's the closest I've ever been to falling asleep on this show.
Sorry, man.
Andrew had all this money, but he did not live like it. The Bordens lived in a modest 2-story house at 92 2nd Street, right in the heart of Fall River's industrial downtown. Most of the wealthy families in the city lived up on the hill. That's the rich neighborhood with massive homes, fancy lawns. But Andrew chose to stay in the lower part of town, close to his business and surrounded by working class people. That is not what his daughters wanted.
Good for Andrew. Power to the people.
He takes it a little far with this next bit because he had the money to afford modern conveniences, but he refused to spend it. Unlike mansions on the hill that had electricity, indoor plumbing, and running water, the Borden house had kerosene lamps and chamber pots.
Oh, no thank you.
Yeah, that's a little far. We need indoor plumbing.
Yeah, I like the plumbing.
Chamber pots are
Nice.
no good.
No, not my favorite.
People in town talked about how cheap Andrew was. There were rumors that went around about him, and one was that he would cut the feet off of corpses so that he could fit them into shorter caskets so he could save on the wood.
Yeah.
That's just smart business sense. You're not going to need those feet, all right?
What are they going to do with them?
Yeah.
You don't need feet in heaven. Everyone knows that.
You just float, right?
Of course. You're an angel.
Float to the
Get your
clouds.
wings. What do you need feet for? He's doing him a favor.
Emma and Lizzie were not happy about any of this. They saw how the wealthy families in the Hill neighborhood lived, and they wanted a taste of that life too. They also didn't have the freedom that other young women their age did, and that caused a lot of tension in the house. Even with all this drama at home, Lizzie played the role of a proper, respectable woman in public. She and Emma were raised strict congregational Protestants, and Lizzie was very active in church.
Well, as a young lady should be. Be tempted by sin down there with all the working people.
In the chamber pots and stuff.
Chamber pots, yeah. Do chamber pots tempt you into sin?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't want to know what kind of sin that would be.
Like golden shower stuff?
Yeah,
You
right.
dump it on your head when you're done in the morning?
Oh, man.
No thanks. Not my kink.
She attended the Central Congregational Church, where she also taught Sunday school. She got involved in several social reform groups like the Christian Endeavor Society, where she served as secretary-treasurer. Lizzie also was a member of the Women's Christian Temperance Union, which was an early anti-alcohol women's rights movement.
Boo, boo.
They were a big push in the lead to prohibition.
Yeah,
I believe we
they
touched on
certainly
that
were.
on the my history of NASCAR episode. Patreon.com/Necronomapod. But yeah.
How about this? You don't like to drink? Don't drink. Don't worry about what I'm fucking doing.
Well said. I got that tattooed on my calf.
You got nice calves, too. That probably looks pretty good.
Oh, thanks, pal.
Yeah, anytime.
The other calf, I just have WCTU with a big X through it. Just the women's Christian temperance union.
Circle slash through it.
Yeah.
Just
let them know. Just let them know.
In case they come back into prominence or something.
Right.
So they know you're a hater off the
But
bat.
underneath it in parentheses says, but I'm still a feminist. I don't want all women to think I hate them. Just, these assholes.
On top of all that stuff, Lizzie also worked with the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission. That was a group that delivered fruit and flowers to hospital patients and the poor.
Oh, that's nice.
So she was doing a lot of stuff.
Fruit and flowers. It's like an early edible arrangements.
There you go.
They got some good fruit edible arrangements. That's
delicious.
some tasty fruit.
It really. Have you had that?
I don't
that
think
before?
so.
You know what? I'm going to send you an edible arrangement one day, just out of the blue.
All right.
Like, Ian, thank you for being you. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be fucking delicious. It's expensive as shit,
It is not cheap at all.
but it is really good fruit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a local thing or just like a...
They're all over.
No, they're all over,
They
yeah.
have local offices that do the deliveries. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can set it up to like have it delivered at someone's work or at their home or like a specific time of day. Yeah.
Nice.
It's really good.
By her late 20s, Lizzie was still unmarried, which was a little unusual for the time. And people around town speculated about why. They were seen as like the weird family, you know, with how Andrew saved and all that shit. Some thought that she just wasn't the romantic type. Others believed that her father, Andrew, got in the way, like worried that men were just after his money. Another theory was that Andrew's household was just too strict, too controlling, and just not something that Lizzie would want to bring a guy into. Either way, Lizzie and Emma continued living at home under Andrew's rules. By 1892, Lizzie Borden was 32 years old and still living at home under her father's roof.
Geez, she's past middle age at that point.
Yeah, she's almost dead.
My God.
She better have her affairs in order
Yeah.
any day.
Both Lizzie and her sister Emma believed that Abby, that's their stepmother, married Andrew for his money. Lizzie and Emma often ate separately from their father and stepmother, and that was really unusual for the time. Families were expected to sit down together for meals, so the fact that they ate in separate rooms leads you to believe something. There was some serious tension building. And remember, Emma's 9 years older than Lizzie, so that's kind of weird that they're both still living at home.
It's very weird.
Yeah, we say it's odd that Lizzie's 32 and not married. Emma's 41 and not married. So what are we talking about here?
Things came to a head in the spring of 1892. Andrew gave a house to Abby's half-sister, straight up signed over the property to her family for nothing. And Lizzie and Emma were pissed. Their father giving away property to Abby's side of the family while they were still living under his strict financial control with no running water and stuff.
I get it. I'd be pissed too.
Do you think they were just doing it though because they knew they were going to inherit everything and they didn't want to piss off their dad? So like they were just like, all right, let's just run this out. Because otherwise, why would you not have left? Like I just feel like they didn't want to upset the order of things and let everything just, go to Abby and her family.
Yeah, because if you're not there to keep
their
an eye on
inheritance.
it,
Yeah.
they might get caught out of the will.
Sure.
He dies first. All that shit goes to her family.
Yeah. I mean, what other reason would they have for just, unless they just like really respected their father and they were like, well, until he allows us to get married. Maybe it was that too. I don't know.
Or they had no money and they don't have anywhere to go.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, could they have not gotten a little bit of money and left? Like, hey, Dad, we're fucking out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I suppose women didn't have all that many rights or economic.
Just kind of follow the
Independence.
order of
Yeah.
things as they knew it. We'll take care of that here in a little bit.
We're in the FA phase of things. We're going to get to the FO phase of things in a little bit, right?
So they demanded something for themselves. They wanted their childhood home. And surprisingly, Andrew gave in. He sold them the house for just $1. Weeks before the murders, Lizzie and Emma turned around and sold the house back to Andrew for $5,000, which that's about $170,000 in today's money.
Hell yeah. Smart.
So how this went down was that Lizzie and Emma were going to flip the house, and Andrew was super pissed about it and bought it back from them. It was a huge blow up of an incident. It wasn't like there were some temper flaring about this. Then there was an incident with pigeons. Lizzie kept pigeons in the family barn and had built little roosts for them. It sounds like she viewed them as pets to a degree, but Andrew was not a fan of them. In May of 1892, he took a hatchet and killed them. Some say that he thought neighborhood kids were sneaking onto the property to hunt them. Others think that he just saw the pigeons as a nuisance and didn't like them.
Well, pigeons are, in fact, a nuisance. I have a question for you. There's a whole movement now that says that birds aren't real. They're government drones and whatever else. What were they back then before we had the technology for government drones?
When they actually existed back then.
You think it's just made up?
I don't know, prove to me they existed in the 1890s.
Like Darwin's book that had, not Darwin, who had the book, All the Species? Like that colorful book of, was it Darwin's book?
I think so.
There's a book that,
It's not a Stephen King book, Birds or something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
There's a book of all
that's scientifically accurate.
all the different species of birds. I'm wondering what the birds aren't real people thought was going on back then.
I love how fucking successful they became just trolling people with that.
So funny. That dude was on CNN. He threw up, right? He threw up live on CNN. That dude's insane.
He just showed up to the middle of like a real hot and heavy protest about something. And there were people on both sides of the argument there, like real intense. And he's like, I just wanted to fuck around. So I made a sign that said birds aren't real. And he's like, and I was just protesting in the middle of everyone else. Yep. And it just took off.
Amazing what takes off like that. It's great.
Good for them.
I remember when it first popped up online. I think it was on 4chan where I saw it. And I was looking into it. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Like, I really, at first I didn't know if it was real or fake. I'm like, I hope this is a real thing. Like, somebody really believes this. We don't know exactly like what Lizzie's reaction was to the pigeons being killed, but this moment is a big part of how the story is told later on, and the retellings of it. The idea that Andrew had killed something that Lizzie loved with a hatchet, and that's going to be the same hatchet that's later used on him, is something that always gets brought up. Another weird incident that we got to talk about happened a year before the murders. In June of 1891, the Borden home was supposedly broken into. Some versions say the whole family was out at the time. Others say that Lizzie, Emma, and their maid Bridget were home, but Andrew and Abby weren't. Either way, the thief stole cash, jewelry, and personal documents, but only from Andrew and Abby. Weirdly, Lizzie and Emma's belongings were not touched.
It's interesting.
Andrew probably more than likely knew that his daughters did. Like, he's not stupid. But there were already whispers around town that Lizzie had a habit of shoplifting. Like, everybody knew it. Store owners never called her out on it because of Andrew's status. At first, he did call the police about this robbery, but then he dropped the whole thing. Probably didn't want the embarrassment of this incident going public, like his daughter stole from him, From that moment on, he ordered the house to be locked at all times and forbade anyone from ever mentioning the burglary again. It was this weird, unresolved moment that just added to the tension that was building.
Hey, Dad, remember that time someone broke in and stole all of you and Abby's stuff, but didn't take any of Lizzie's or my stuff? That was awesome.
By the beginning of July 1892, things had gotten so bad that both Lizzie and Emma decided to leave town for a while. A big argument broke out in the house. We don't know the details, but whatever was said was bad enough that the sisters took off for New Bedford, 15 miles away, which that's a solid, back then, fucking horses and carriage, 15 miles is a long time.
It's a trek.
Emma came back first, returning to Fall River on July 26th, but Lizzie didn't come back until August 2nd. By early August, Fall River was in the middle of a brutal heat wave. It's thought that this is part of the reason why Lizzie went home. Temperatures were above 90 degrees, and food wasn't being stored under the best conditions. Andrew, Abby, Bridget, the maid, and Lizzie all got hit with awful stomach issues. Abby told their doctor, Dr. Seabury Bowen, that she suspected they were being poisoned. Dr. Bowen came to check on everyone, but Andrew brushed it off and refused to spend money on a doctor, just sent him away. In reality, most historians think that the illness was just food poisoning. How it's reported is that there was mutton broth sitting out on the stove for days in the summer heat that they had been eating. So
for days.
I like how they're eating that for days and it doesn't like enter their minds that that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think it also just speaks to the time, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't think about that, I guess.
Right.
Well, you would think they probably didn't. Otherwise, they would have fixed that problem.
Right. They would have made some more broth. Or
they could afford to go get some new broth.
Were people getting sick all the time then from that sort of thing? I don't really know anything about food storage back in those days before refrigeration, but I have a 30-minute limit. If something's out for 30 minutes, I will not fucking touch it.
Or was the dad like such a tight ass with all this that he's like, no, if we have something, we're eating it till it's gone.
Perhaps.
Other families are like, oh, just fucking throw it out. We'll get some more.
Yeah. Yeah. Mutton broth.
I could see how that would be extremely frustrating. I guess growing up, I could see it being frustrating. Lizzie's a little old to be getting this mad about it, I think. You know what I mean? But like if you could afford to live like a millionaire and your parents are forcing you to eat mutton broth and shit, like I'd be pissed.
Dad! There's maggots in the mutton broth. Suck it down, Lizzie.
They could
stop your whining.
Literally be on the hill.
They could be on the hill, living like kings.
Eating like they're at a Daytona 500 party.
God damn right, pal.
The night before the murders, on August 3rd, Lizzie went to visit her friend, Alice Russell. She was visibly upset and told Alice she felt like something bad was going to happen. Later on, Alice said that Lizzie said, quote, "I feel depressed. I feel as if something is hanging over me that I cannot throw off." Then she added that she wanted to sleep with one eye open because she was afraid somebody might burn down the house. She also brought up her father's business troubles and how she worried that someone was out to get him. There really wasn't like he didn't really have issues with
anti-textile terrorists out there or something.
No, it's the people that are like, oh, you cut my dad's feet off, motherfucker.
That's right.
Now I'm going to shove my foot up your ass.
We found a pit outside of town, and there's 5,000 pairs of feet buried in it. Andrew, you know anything about this?
Maybe he had just a foot fetish.
Oh,
He's just fucking the feet.
he brought those feet home with him? Hollowed out the ankle bone, maybe? Oh.
Trapaculating a foot. Well, whatever you need to do, man. I'm not kink shaming, but maybe let's not desecrate bodies.
Ankle fucker.
You know, that's still one of the creepiest things that I've ever found out on this show was when, like how Ed Kemper fucked his mom's head, like with the foot. It just made me think of it because I always thought it was like the mouth, but it wasn't. It was the neck.
Ooh.
Like you said, hollow out the ankle.
Yeah.
I think Dave's getting a little turned on, making fun of me for my John Cena fetish, and he's over here getting off on ankle porn.
Holes are holes.
Severed ankle porn to boot.
You get a foot job anytime you want. You can set up some textile processing or something to automate that, perhaps.
You probably had it all figured out. So I'm just saying it's not out of the question that people were out to get him for his business.
I think we can agree on that.
You found out he's coming on your, grandpa's toes or something. You're like, that motherfucker.
Footlight.
Alice later on testified about this in court, and people, debate what this meant. Was she maybe planting a seed for something that was about to happen? Was she really scared that they were actually in danger? I kind of lean towards that she was planting a seed here. It feels like it, at least.
Way to keep your mouth shut, Alice.
On the morning of August 4th, 1892, Andrew Borden left the house early, like he always did, heading out to take care of some business errands. Back at home, Abby asked the maid, Bridget, to wash the windows. This was in the middle of that heat wave we were talking about, so temperatures were in the 90s. There's no such thing as air conditioning, and Bridget was already sick from eating all the fucking, what did we say? It was mutton broth?
Mutton broth.
Yeah, like, probably like mold in it and stuff. So the last thing she wanted to do was scrub windows in the brutal heat.
Yeah, but it's fun to be a maid in a house with no electricity or running water. Chamber pots.
She's the one cleaning the chamber pots.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
And if the master of the house is serving his own kids mutton broth, what's he feeding you?
Exactly.
Also, what's that chamber pot like on a day that you eat bad mutton pot?
Oh, God.
Mutton broth.
Oh.
We're going to lose him here in a second.
Lizzie, meanwhile, was inside. She wasn't feeling well either, or at least that's what she claimed. Emma was still away in Fairhaven, and their uncle John Morse, who had randomly showed up the day before to talk business with Andrew, had left that morning. At some point between 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m., Abby went upstairs to the guest bedroom. That's where John Morse, their uncle, had slept the night before, and she was cleaning it up. She never left that room. Whoever killed Abby hit her with a hatchet, first on the side of the head, which knocked her down, potentially knocked her out. Once she hit the floor, the attacker just kept going. Abby was hit 17 more times, each blow smashing the back of her head. Whoever did this wasn't just trying to kill Abby. They wanted to just completely obliterate her.
17 more times? I was told there were 40 whacks.
Around 10:40 a.m., Andrew came home. The front door was locked from the inside, so he knocked to be let in. Bridget, the maid, was exhausted and still feeling sick, got up to open the door, but when she tried, she struggled with the latch. As she fumbled with it, she said that she heard a laugh from upstairs, which later on at trial and stuff, she swore it was Lizzie laughing.
She's also very sick. Dare I say delirious?
True. Food poisoning will fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Hi, I'm Mike Namapod. I represent Lizzie Borden. I will be poking holes in this entire story from here on
I
out.
like it. You're rehabbing her image. Good for you, Mike.
Once Andrew got inside, he went into the sitting room and laid down on the couch. Lizzie said that she had taken off Andrew's boots and helped him into his slippers before he lay down for a nap. At this point, Lizzie also told Bridget to take the rest of the day off. But Bridget, still feeling like shit from stomach issues, decided to go upstairs to her room. Just before 11:10 a.m., Bridget heard Lizzie call out from downstairs, quote, "Bridget, come quick. Father's dead. Somebody came in and killed him." Sometime between 11 and 11:10 a.m., Andrew Borden was murdered. He was attacked while lying on the couch. The first blow of the hatchet split his left eyeball in half, and after that, the killer just kept swinging. By the time it was over, Andrew's face was unrecognizable. He never fought back. He was either asleep or just never saw it coming.
Like that first blow might have just killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, directly into your eye socket. That'll probably do it, right?
Probably didn't feel good.
That would do it for me. I'd tap out. That's it for me.
Hey, you got me.
You got me pretty good. Pretty good there with my eyeball split in half.
I'm going to go see Jesus now and see about this.
Good thing I didn't cut off my own feet. I'll be walking in heaven.
Andrew's walking around heaven looking at all these people with no fees like, oh, what happened to you guys? It's weird.
They're giving him like the Samuel L. Jackson look. You motherfucker.
Where'd you get your casket from, huh?
Bridget rushed downstairs and she found Lizzie standing near the back door, looking shaken but not hysterical, like she, what you would expect somebody to be acting like in this situation. Lizzie stopped her before she could go into the sitting room, said, quote, "Don't go in there. I have sent for the doctor." But Bridget looked inside anyway. And what she saw was Andrew's body slumped on the couch and blood still seeping from his head. Bridget immediately ran across the street to get Dr. Seabury Bowen, the family doctor. Meanwhile, Lizzie sent for her friend, Alice Russell. A neighbor, Mrs. Adelaide Churchill, noticed the commotion and asked Lizzie what happened. Lizzie told her that her father had been killed, and she thought that her stepmother had also been attacked. And at that moment, nobody even knew that Abby was dead, so Lizzie should not have known that.
Uh-oh.
Things aren't adding up right now.
Bridget and Mrs. Churchill decided to check the house. They went upstairs, stopping on the landing. From where they stood, they could see into the guest room. Abby was laying face down in a pool of blood. Within minutes, Fall River police arrived, and Lizzie was calm. How it's told is that she was too calm. She also gave conflicting stories about where she had been that morning. At first, Lizzie said that she was in the barn when Andrew was killed. But when they asked her what she was doing there, her answers kept changing. She said that she was looking for fishing sinkers, and then it changed to searching for a piece of iron.
It's like when you ask Mike what he's doing in his Carhartt out in the garage. I'm changing the brake fluid
for an accident.
Yeah, I'm tightening these screws on the thing. Yeah,
I fixed the ramrod on your Whoozy Wutsy on the left rear.
your Whoozy Wutsy
on the left rear border fender.
When investigators checked the barn loft, there was no dust disturbed. There's no footprints or anything like that. And Lizzie's shoes were completely clean. Also, Bridget was in the house. She saw Lizzie. Like, this is a really dumb lie. The note that Lizzie mentioned, the one that Abby had supposedly received about a sick friend, was never found. Lizzie also said that she helped Andrew change into his slippers before he laid down, but crime scene photos showed that he was still wearing his boots.
Things are stacking up against her.
It's not looking good. Then on August 7th, 3 days after the murders, Lizzie did something that made her only look more guilty. Her friend Alice Russell saw her burning a dress in the kitchen stove. When Alice asked why, Lizzie said that it had paint stains and needed to be destroyed. Police were already looking for bloodstained clothing, and here's Lizzie burning a dress just days after the murders. Alice later testified this in court, and it became one of the biggest pieces of circumstantial evidence against Lizzie.
Look, if you have paint on your dress, it has to be destroyed immediately. I don't know what the problem is here.
Can't even try to wash it.
No, there's no washing paint off your clothes. You got to burn it in the oven, right?
That's the most logical
That's what I would
thing to
do.
I think. Your dad works at a textile plant. It'll just make you a new dress.
Exactly. He's got all the textiles.
Everything you need for a new
All
dress.
the woven fabric that you can ever dream of.
By August 11th, the authorities felt they had enough evidence to formally charge Lizzie with the murders of her father and stepmother. She was arrested and held in jail to await trial. By the time the trial started on June 5th, 1893, at the New Bedford Superior Court, Lizzie had already been national news for nearly a year. Newspapers across the country had been running every possible angle, some reporting on the facts of the case, what was out there, but other ones threw out wild speculation and insane theories. And I mean, it's a big deal. A young woman butchers, you know, with a fucking hatchet.
Yeah, it doesn't happen every day. Sure. So there was never any thought that Emma might have been involved in any way, right?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
This was one of the first trials in American history to turn into a full-blown media circus. Packed courtrooms, reporters fighting for seats. This is like OJ's trial, but of the 1890s. And it's just because it's such a brutal crime for a young woman to do.
On her own family, no less.
Sitting at the bench were three judges, Justice Justin Dewey, Justice Caleb Blodgett, and Justice Albert Mason. The prosecution was led by District Attorney Hosea M. Knowlton, a no-nonsense guy assisted by William H. Moody, who later went on to become the U.S. Attorney General. On the other side, Lizzie's defense team was stacked. She used that money from her father's estate to hire very good defense attorneys. Former Massachusetts Governor George D. Robinson, who was a very big name at the time, led the team alongside attorneys Andrew Jennings and Melvin Adams. The prosecution hammered three main points. They painted the Borden house as a place filled with resentment and tension. They brought up the real estate fight, the financial disputes, and Lizzie's longstanding hatred of Abby. They pointed out that Andrew had given a house to Abby's half-sister while Lizzie and Emma had to fight for their own property. They also told the jury that Lizzie and Emma wanted financial freedom, and the easiest way to get that would be to get Abby and Andrew out of the picture.
I'm going to assume that this legal representation defense team wasn't free, so she must have had access to some money.
Right, yeah.
Whether it was his money or... Well, what did they make? The equivalent of 170 G's flipping the house back to Andrew. So she had some resources available, right?
They also looked at the opportunity. Who could have done this? The prosecution broke down Lizzie's whereabouts on the morning of August 4th. Bridget, the maid, was outside washing windows when Abby was killed. She was in the attic in her room resting when Andrew was murdered. Emma was out of town. The uncle, John Morris, was out visiting relatives. So process of elimination, the only person unaccounted for was Lizzie, and her story kept changing. First, she said she was in the kitchen when Andrew got home. Later, she said she was out in the barn looking for the fish sinkers. And like we said, when they checked out at that barn loft, no dust was disturbed. Everything looked like it had been sitting like that for years. Then there was an issue of what Lizzie did or didn't hear. At one point, she said she heard a, quote, groan or, quote, scraping noise right before Andrew was killed. Other times, she said she heard nothing at all. The prosecution argued that Lizzie was trying to sound believable without saying anything that would incriminate her. Then there were all the details that, while not hard evidence, they made Lizzie look really guilty. The dress burning incident, the mysterious note that never existed, and then, worst of all, Lizzie's attempt to buy poison. One of the prosecution's strongest arguments for premeditation was that Lizzie tried to buy cyanide the day before the murders. She walked into Smith's drugstore in Fall River and asked the pharmacist for a small amount of cyanide, saying that she needed to clean a sealskin cape.
Oh, I did that last week. I tried to clean my sealskin cape.
With cyanide?
Yeah, I needed cyanide. It's the only thing that gets it clean. So that makes sense. You know, just bleach your sealskin cape. You know, you need cyanide to get it clean.
That's lowbrow.
Yeah. You do it the right way. If you're going to do it the right way. If it's worth doing, do it right. Especially when it comes to sealskin capes.
The pharmacist, Eli Benz, was like, no, this is a really weird excuse to buy some cyanide.
Oh, is it? Whatever.
Fuck you, Eli.
You don't know. You don't.
Yeah,
Who
who
are
are
you?
you?
You're poor. You don't own a sealskin cape.
Fuck
fucker.
you. Oh, I'm a pharmacist in the 19th century. Oh, that says a lot.
He later testified that Lizzie seemed nervous and agitated when she tried to buy it. Like, the whole thing was suspicious.
Yeah, because her cape was dirty and you wouldn't give her the fucking cyanide. Of course she was agitated.
I'd be pretty annoyed too.
Exactly. You're going to go out that night in your sealskin cape and it's going to be dirty and people are going to laugh at you. She already can't live on the hill with all the fancy people running water. Now they're going to make fun of her sealskin cape.
It all checks
Drive you
out.
fucking nuts.
Yep. Oh, it'd drive me to murder.
Exactly.
The prosecution wanted this piece of evidence front and center. It was a clear attempt to buy poison just 24 hours before the murders happened. To them, it was proof that Lizzie had been planning something, but the judge ruled it inadmissible. He said there was no direct connection between the attempted purchase of cyanide and the murders themselves. First, Abby and Andrew weren't poisoned. They were hacked to death with a hatchet. Second, there was no way to prove that Lizzie's intent in buying the cyanide was to kill her parents. The defense argued that even if she had asked for cyanide, that didn't mean she planned to commit murder with it.
I agree with the judge. Inadmissible. It's not poison in this context. It's sealskin cape cleaner. It's not the same thing. Look, if I bought bleach to clean my bathroom, but if I poured it down your throat, it might kill you. But in the context of cleaning my bathroom, I'm not buying poison. I'm buying bleach. Right?
It also sounds to me, though, based on the pharmacist's reaction, that cyanide is not typically something you would clean a cape with, which is why he was like, this is a very weird request. Whereas bleach would be...
You make a good point.
Would be like, you can do a lot of purposes for it. I don't know. I thought this was a very weird thing by the judge because it does show possible planning.
Of course it does.
So, well, I know you're kidding, but I'm saying... this is a very weird judgment. Like, why? I wonder why.
19th century.
Maybe he was looking to save a few bucks, and what's the dad's name? Andrew helped him by cutting off like his mom's feet, and they had like a little cahoots thing going on. Like, just burn those feet up, and
he's like, "I'll show you, pal.
You don't spend as much. I don't pay as much." And none the wiser. Down the line, I'll do you a solid.
All right. I go with that.
Does the lead defense attorney being a former governor change anything? Does he have like some pull?
Yes, probably. But Ian, justice is blind in the United States of America. So that's an improbability as far as I'm concerned.
What was I thinking?
You ever seen the scales in Lady Justice? She's got a blindfold on, pal.
Yeah.
She can't see any of that stuff you're referring to.
Those are facts.
Can't deny it. Without hard proof that the cyanide was meant for Andrew and Abby, the judge ruled that bringing it into the case would be prejudicial. So it was struck from the record, and with it, the prosecution lost one of its best arguments that Lizzie had been planning the murders in advance. Investigators found a hatchet with a broken handle in the Borden basement. The blade was spotless, and the handle was gone. The prosecution theorized that Lizzie wiped the blade clean and then got rid of the bloody handle because she couldn't clean, with the wood and stuff it had seeped in or soaked in. But without forensic evidence tying it to the murders, it was just pure speculation.
If the blade don't fit, you must have quit.
I think that's what the former governor said.
That's right.
The defense, they came back with their arguments. Number one, Lizzie was a, quote, proper lady. They played up the church-going reputation, her charity work, the fact that she had never been in any trouble before. She had no criminal record. And they really leaned into this Victorian idea of, like, this would be impossible for a well-bred New England lady to commit a crime like this.
Unheard of.
Mm-hmm. They kept hammering home the fact that nobody actually saw Lizzie commit the murders. There was no murder weapon definitively tied to her, and there was no bloody dress, anything like that ever found. They also raised what is known as the morphine defense. The defense explained Lizzie's inconsistent statements by saying that she had been given morphine by her doctor after the murders to calm her down. They argued that her odd behavior, like being too calm, the memory lapses weren't signs of guilt. It was just a side effect of taking morphine.
That is very plausible.
I can't confirm. Morphine makes you feel a little...
A little different?
Yeah.
A little fuzzy inside?
When I was in my car wreck, when I was in the intensive care unit, I think at the children's hospital too, but I had a constant morphine button hooked up to me where I could just push it whenever I wanted.
I would like one of those.
Do you still wish you had that?
It'd be pretty cool to fall asleep with that. Like, it's time for bed. Like, all right.
A little 2 clicks.
See you later.
I'm real tired. It's going to be a 3-click kind of night.
Sounds fantastic.
And then you just die for 8 hours and wake up feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
The trial's most dramatic moment came when the prosecution brought out Andrew and Abby's skulls, what was left of them. They placed the hatchet next to them to demonstrate how the wounds lined up. When Lizzie saw this, she fainted in the courtroom. Whether it was a genuine reaction or something that she did to make herself look innocent is up for debate. I don't know. Historians lean either way.
Is it unusual to clean both their heads and bring them into court like that? That is...
The judge is like, cyanide? No, you can't discuss that. Skulls? Yeah, bring them in.
So they picked their heads clean, cut them off, and brought them into the trial?
Yep. Put the hatchet right next to him.
That is something. That's very... they're going for the dramatic flair there. For their
Are.
Jesus. Have we ever heard of such a thing before?
No.
Like picking clean a skull and bringing it into court like that?
I don't.
What the fuck?
It seems a bit absurd. This is all kind of a circus of a trial, it seems like.
That's something.
Can you imagine if they did that at the OJ trial? Like you mentioned before, this was like the OJ of the times. If they brought in like the decapitated skulls of, what was it, Nicole and Ron?
Yes.
They're just like,
Exactly.
oh, see, and now this is how he beat them.
Here you go.
Yeah. Like also kind of a little disrespectful to the victims as
Very
well.
disrespectful.
Like maybe their families were for it because they're like, oh, we're going to get a conviction. But like, how do you go about approaching that conversation? Hey, so here's what we're thinking. I'm going to pick it clean. You guys can help if you want. We'll make like a thing of it.
Is it just because the how forensic, stuff would have been back then? There's not really any way to show something like that other than, we got to pick this thing clean so you can show the actual
Show like the damage to the
marks on the
skull.
head.
Yeah, maybe so.
I wonder if that was common
Bringing
in
in
murder trials like that. That's interesting.
So,
Like
hey,
showing bones, like if there was like a, I don't know, like a knife mark
Yeah,
on something.
Hey, can we dig up that corpse? We got a case to win.
Oh, man.
After 2 weeks of testimony, the case went to the jury on June 20th, 1893. Their deliberation lasted just 68 minutes. When they returned, the foreman announced not guilty. Lizzie reportedly burst into tears, leaned toward Emma and whispered, quote, "Now take me home."
68 minutes, huh?
It's not very long.
That's awfully quick.
It's pretty quick.
There's a lot of evidence to consider.
They knew they didn't prove it to them, I guess. No use waiting around.
Wonder how long after this did the cyanide story come out? Because you would imagine at the time they weren't obviously aware of it. I wonder when that like eventually came out and if like some of the jury, if they were still alive,
That's a good point.
they were like, oh, fuck.
If I'd have known about this.
That's a game changer. And the judge is like, Muscusi. Muscusi.
A lot of people believed that Lizzie had gotten away with murder. Some thought the jury was swayed by gender bias. Others believed that there just wasn't enough hard evidence to convict her beyond a reasonable doubt. Either way, Lizzie was a free woman, but in Fall River, she would never be welcomed back. After the trial, Lizzie and Emma inherited their father's fortune, which we said earlier was about $9 million in today's money.
Oh, yeah. Time to move up to the hill, baby.
No more, what do we say they are? The pots? What are it? Chamber pots?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no more
of that.
chamber pots.
Real fucking toilets.
Damn, shit on a commode in the house, motherfucker.
Hey, she might have had a bidet by this point. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know when they were invented, but she might have had one.
You might have the first one.
The first thing they did was buy a new house, and they upgraded big time. Lizzie and Emma moved into a 14-room Victorian mansion in the Fall Rivers Hill neighborhood.
Let's go.
Lizzie named the house Maplecroft, and it was everything that she had been denied growing up. It was modern, luxurious, and it was designed to show off wealth. They had the indoor plumbing, electric lighting, and all the fancy decorations, all the shit that Andrew refused to pay for. Lizzie fully embraced the rich lifestyle. She started going by Elizabeth A. Borden. That's how you had to address her.
Lisbeth?
Lisbeth. Is that what I said? What did I say?
I think you said Elizabeth. I don't
Elizabeth.
know.
It's a weird thing.
Lisbeth.
It's just Lisbeth.
Yeah.
And she reinvented herself as a high society woman. She traveled, went to the theater, and splurged on designer clothes and high-end horses and carriages.
You know, this is the end. This is what the Menendez brothers dreamed about their end result being this. They're like,
That's a good
nope.
point. Yeah.
You fellas are going to jail.
The court's like, no, motherfuckers. You do not get this story.
See, they should have been buying cyanide for their sealskin capes. Maybe they would have gotten off.
What are their names?
For that fake rug on his head. He was buying cyanide to clean his head.
Lyle and what?
Eric.
Oh, those aren't fun names to shorten, like Elizabeth. I'm trying to think of how they would shorten those.
Nothing good with those two.
No.
Nope. They wanted to move up to the hill after this, but nope.
We might be talking about them on an upcoming OT, the way things are looking.
For the first time, Lizzie was living the life that she had always wanted. But like we said, she wasn't accepted back into Fall River. She just lived a life of isolation. For a while, Lizzie and Emma stuck together, but in 1905, something happened. Emma packed up her things and left for good. She never spoke to Lizzie again. Nobody knows exactly what went down, but there are two theories. The first one is the Nance O'Neill theory. By the early 1900s, Lizzie was obsessed with the theater, and she became very close friends with a famous stage actress, Nance O'Neill. Some people suspected that their relationship was more than just a friendship. Emma, who had been more reserved and traditional, supposedly hated Lizzie's theater lifestyle and couldn't stand the parties that she was throwing at Maplecroft. So eventually she had enough and left. So I guess that was considered very controversial at the time. Women weren't supposed to be into the theater, I guess.
Really?
I don't know. But
That's interesting.
Or into close relationships like this with another woman in the theater.
well,
or
that's
something.
that's an issue.
That's the implication. Yeah.
yeah. And that's also the implication that she never got married.
Yeah, of course.
too,
Of
you know?
course.
Back then, it was always the implication for anybody when you didn't get married. It was, well, they're closeted homosexual.
The other theory is that maybe Emma found out the truth about the murders, that maybe she learned something, maybe Lizzie confessed to her, or maybe she found some kind of like a piece of evidence or something. Whatever.
Like the axe handle in a closet.
Soaked in blood.
It's like, thought I got rid of that when we moved. I'm sorry about that.
Whatever it was, it had to be bad enough to cut ties permanently. Emma moved to Newmarket, New Hampshire, and even lived under a fake name. Like, she didn't want to be connected to Lizzie at all, and never spoke about her sister again.
So throughout the trial and everything, Emma was supportive of Lizzie.
Something made them split afterwards.
But yeah, and they kind of had that bond growing up, right? Like they're in that together of like their dad not kind of giving them the life that they thought they should have. So they probably got pretty close. And Emma was much older, so maybe she even like, motherly in a sense to Lizzie, and I guess that makes sense. I'm just trying to talk myself through it, like what she was probably feeling going through the trial and stuff.
I'll save mine for them. I'll save my my stuff for the final thoughts.
Oh, that is a little teaser.
If I remember them by then. As if her reputation wasn't already bad enough, in 1897, Lizzie got caught shoplifting.
Come on.
She was accused of stealing small pieces of art from a department store in Providence, Rhode Island. The charges were dropped, but it didn't matter. The story made headlines, and people ate it up. It also reignited old stories that Lizzie had a habit of shoplifting as a teenager, and that stuff just grows from there. Kids would follow her down the street chanting, "Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I have that tattooed on my lower back, actually.
But it wasn't even her mother. I feel lied to my whole life hearing that.
Stepmother.
I guess that doesn't really flow off the tongue, all right? Yeah. Gave her stepmother 40 whacks. Yeah, you're killing the rhyme already.
I mean, let's be honest. These are schoolyard chants, right? They're not looking to be,
accurate.
Historically accurate. It's trying to fucking bully you.
By 1926, Lizzie's health was failing. She had gallbladder surgery, but never really recovered. She spent her final months bedridden until June 1st, 1927, and she died of pneumonia at 66 years old. 9 days later, on June 10th, Emma Borden also died. Emma reportedly fell and suffered a fatal injury when she heard that Lizzie had died.
Oh.
Despite everything that happened, they were buried side by side in the Borden family plot at Oak Grove Cemetery. Lizzie's gravestone reads, Lisbeth A. Borden. It's kind of a final attempt at reinventing herself. She's got her fancy name on her grave.
Yeah, her new name.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think that she obviously killed her father and stepmother. But I think that Emma was probably in on it to a degree, or at least knew the truth. And the reason that they split was because of the relationship between the actress Nance O'Neill and Lizzie.
they were so close. Maybe she was pulling her away from Emma.
And how it's told is Lizzie was throwing some pretty wild parties with all these actors and actresses coming over and stuff.
Emma's like, fuck this. Like, I don't want this life.
Yeah.
Maybe Emma's more conservative, and
That's how it's told,
Really
yeah.
getting in.
But the changing of the
That
name is
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
weird, though.
Maybe she just didn't want, like
Didn't
Lizzie
want the
Borden's
publicity.
famous, you
Didn't
know.
want the 1890s paparazzi following you around.
Right, which is just like some fucking creep that
It's a guy
hasn't
with a
showered in a
scroll
year.
who's just like jotting down, trying to draw your picture and then jot down what you're saying.
Well, presumably they lived together for how long? So if their kids are chanting behind Lizzie walking down the street, some of those times Emma's with her. So she's getting all that too. She's like, all right, I've had enough of fucking all of this.
Could it be that Emma wasn't a part of it? Lizzie did do it, but she kind of went out of her mind because of the morphine, because of the food poisoning, and just kind of snapped in that moment. Still guilty, obviously, but
Well, I
maybe
think the
it was just out of
morphine
her-
was after the murder, so I don't know that you can
with
say
the story.
that.
Then that's true. Never mind.
Maybe the mutton stuff, though. I'd want to kill someone if I was drinking 4-day-old mutton broth, too, man.
Well, I get that. I was just trying to make the point that maybe she wasn't of right mind.
What's that even taste like at that point?
I don't even know what mutton tastes like. I've never had mutton.
I don't even know what that is.
It just
to be
reminds me of
honest with you.
Seinfeld.
It's just lamb.
It's just Seinfeld when Jerry's hiding all the mutton in the napkins and hiding it in his couch because he doesn't want to eat meat. Yeah, but I love lamb. I'd probably love mutton, if we're going to be honest.
It's what is it?
I'm a glutton for mutton. I think that's what Jerry said.
I'm a glutton for mutton.
Like, I just feel like the way it would taste and smell, like by the
Well,
fourth.
back then, for sure.
Yeah, and like on the fourth day, I'd be like, you know what, I'm good.
Mutton is the
I'm
meat.
not gonna eat it anymore.
You know what? I'll die.
Yeah, I'll just be
I'm
hungry.
just going to die.
Mutton is the meat of a mature sheep, usually between 1 and 3 years old. So there you go. It's lamb. It's just
I get it.
1 to 3-year-old lamb. Mutton sounds fancier though.
But I love lamb. You tell me lamb, and I'm thinking fancy already, right?
Sure.
Lamb's never cheap when it's on a menu, is it?
Not usually.
Yeah.
Think about lamb though. The second it's overcooked is awful. So if you don't know how to
You gotta
cook
be
it,
very,
if you don't-
very, what's the word? I don't know. You got to cook it well.
Yeah.
Prepare it.
anything over medium
appropriately.
rare lamb is just doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
I think she absolutely killed him. So I'm with you.
I don't think anyone argues that. I was just trying to think of maybe she had snapped or something. Maybe there was mental health
Maybe
issues that
so,
we just
sure,
didn't know
sure.
about because it's the fucking 1800s.
Yeah.
Maybe they did plan it. Maybe Emma wanted to be away, and Lizzie's like, "You got this. Go take a little vacation. You can be out of the house. You know, maybe you're not so good at lying. I'll take care of this part."
But it also adds up too easily. Like they killed their parents because they wanted to inherit all that money. That lines up
Yeah,
almost too easily.
too easy.
I'm not saying
Isn't
I'm
it usually that
disagreeing.
easy?
No, I don't think it's ever that easy, is it?
Really?
I don't know. I'm just saying, what if there was just some other little factor? And I don't believe that. I'm just talking through this. I agree with you guys.
There could always be something. What if Dad, Andrew, and Abby like to watch the maid molest Lizzie? Like there could always be some underlying factor that caused you to snap that you're never going to know about. No one's ever going to tell you.
Yeah.
What if Andrew liked to show his wiener to Lizzie when Abby was taking a nap.
And she just had enough.
Enough one day.
But,
no
like,
more wiener, Andrew.
It's also weird. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say like that kind of warrants it. It's fair, I guess.
It's weird to make the connection that like they did that, like, oh, she shoplifted. And then she brutally murdered her stepmom and dad. It's not quite the same thing. This was a major escalation. So maybe there was
shoplifters, though.
Maybe there was one of those Yeah, but they also had a history of murders.
Sure.
So are we saying maybe Lizzie Borden was a serial killer? Had she had priors?
Be a lot cooler if she had.
Yeah. Or was there another factor, an abuse factor or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Or was it just the motivation of $9 million?
Pissing in a chamber pot every day.
Yeah.
Look, I think that lifestyle had a lot to do with it.
I mean, in the history of murder, greed is often a contributing factor.
But that's also easier for us to say because we know the other lifestyle. She didn't. She knew it existed.
She saw it though on display,
but she didn't know it. She didn't live it day in and day out.
She wanted to.
She wanted to.
She very much wanted to. There's a lot of arguing going on.
Don't get me wrong. She did this. I'm just trying to figure out why. And the Emma thing adds a little twist to it.
How she just like left and
like the thought of was she in on it, and then they were just going to live out their lives together, and then all of a sudden she's fucking out. Like maybe it all just wore off, or was it a situation where Lizzie was like, "Hey, by the way, I fucking killed him," and she's like, "Deuces."
Like they're all fucking drunk partying one night, and Lizzie decides to.
Did Emma took her money? Right? Like she was still fine the rest of her life, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I believe
she's like, I got my fucking cash. I don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
This was not at all the story I thought it was when I had like just heard of like Lizzie Borden. And then when I was just quickly skimming and saw like Axe or Hatchet, I was like, oh, that's right. This is the girl that like probably in my mind, I was like that hacked up a bunch of people with an axe and was like a serial killer. This is not the story I had known it to be.
I wonder if there was just a big party one night and Lizzie was, I don't know, smoking opium with the actresses in another room, and then Emma walked in and she's like, and then I hit him in the eyeball with the axe. And what?
Emma just backs out and closes the door, sprints down the hallway, packs a bag, and just gets the fuck out.
You couldn't even tell it was a human when I was done.
Or maybe she walked in the room and Lizzie was just riding Nance's face, and Emma was like, nope.
Yeah, perhaps.
Not on God's watch.
All right. Entirely possible. The house today is a bed and breakfast, however, though, and you can stay there.
The house.
In those rooms.
Which house?
The Borden house where the murders took place.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Has Zach done a show there? I would say,
does Zach own it?
Zach has been there 3 times. So
the trilogy.
3 times.
Trilogy there. That fucking asshole.
I didn't even I'm not in the mood for Zach today, but I did see that he had done 3 shows there. But
good job.
But yeah, but I'm
unreal.
I'm doing a New England road trip in the fall. I'm thinking maybe I'll go stay here for a night.
I think you absolutely should.
Yeah, right.
I would stay there.
Yeah,
That'd
absolutely.
be cool.
Do they play up the ghost angle?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That U.S. Ghost Adventures company owns the house.
While you're
Definitely.
there,
Haunted advertises a haunted bed and breakfast. Yeah.
So it is a bed and breakfast.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Can you request mutton for breakfast?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there Wednesday, but on Sunday morning, could you put some mutton broth on the stove for me and let it sit
the
there?
Sunday prior,
right.
Leave it out. Serve it to me Wednesday morning. Nothing better than 4-day-old mutton for breakfast. You might as well just crack a few eggs and make those on Sunday as well. I'll scarf those down. Put out a glass of orange juice Sunday morning. Put it in the windowsill. Let the sun beat on it for a few days.
Be ready for me. Yeah. Get the morphine ready for when I lose my fucking mind.
I think you absolutely should.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah.
You could get a little tape recorder and record. Get the EVPs and play them back.
It's not a bad idea.
There you go.
I'm gonna try
Dave does a paranormal.
How about that? I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to try to get a picture. And
Just that one spot.
One spot.
No, I'm going to
The opening and farewell show of the tour.
I'm going to Salem. I'm going to get a picture on the Satanic Temple.
That would
altar.
be super fun.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Any final thoughts, Ian, on this?
No, I'm good.
All right. Dave, any other final thoughts?
No, it's an interesting one. But probably guilty. More than likely.
Probably.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, who else
Yeah,
did
no
it?
one. It was what was it, 10-minute window until someone broke in all of a sudden and come on, get the fuck out of here.
And like she told that one lady across the street about how Abby was attacked upstairs. No one should have known that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she just had some really good defense attorneys because she could afford them.
Yeah. Times don't really change that much.
No, sure doesn't.
You get the defense you can afford.
All right. What do we got on the old Patreon front?
Thank you to new patrons: Blue-Legged Bard, Brian Hernandez, Rear Admiral Soupy Cock Sock of the SS Cock Cranker, Dante the Cheek Buster is still busting cheeks,
Good job. Glad to hear it.
Michelle Jenkins, Tristan Leslie isn't a true fan. He only signed up to hear Dave's voice say his name while he's laying in bed. Sir, it's lying in bed. I'll let that go, though. Colton Ola, Craig, Dre Ramey, Brody Connell, Z-Ski 25, Jess, Chris George, Dean Boyd, Abby Clark, Haley Adams, Nadia Mooney, This is Grim, Bobby Cost, Clint, Austin Polster. UFO episodes are the best. I agree with you, Mr. Patron, Mr. and Mrs. Patron. Some of my favorite ones as well.
We got one coming up soon.
Nice. Bulldog Dennis, Christopher Hoagland, Kayla, Carhartt Stolen Valor Brigade. Like, did they wear the Carhartts and perform acts of stolen valor, or are they on the hunt to identify acts of stolen valor and give them street justice?
Just beating people up.
They show up and rip your Carhartt off you. You're like, you don't even know what a wrench is, fuckboy. And start kicking your ass.
I guess we'll never know.
Alexandria Gale, Aaron Montez, Miss Hildebrand's musty cave diving extraordinaire, Dylan Standiford, Lance Strahl, Bryant Lengel, Elena, Jessica, Dustin Lumley, Cucker Tarlson, Santi Miguel, Lara Cochea Maggot, and Zach Lawrence. Lawrence? That's Hungarian. I don't know how to say that. Lawrence. Lauren?
I don't know.
Lawrence?
Tried your best.
Lawrence? Sorry, Zach. I recognize that's Hungarian, though, but my pronunciation.
Well, thank you for
Probably not the
joining us, Zach. Ian, what do you got on your end?
Well, it's the beginning of the month, so we haven't really put out any Patreon content for March yet, but we do have a bunch of fun stuff lined up. At our Art Belt here later in the month, I'm going to do the call-in show.
Nice. You had a lot of good calls last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. I feel like I'm getting into a little groove with it.
Yeah.
A little more comfortable. I was nervous at first, but yeah, we're going to do that. Got some good bonus episodes lined up too. So it's going to be a good month.
Happy March.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's ever said that. Happy March. Like, what a month, March.
I don't know, man. March Madness is super fun. It's one of my favorite
I guess there's that.
Let's
That's
go.
a good point. It's just like, you're still feeling the effects of winter. Not really quite the
Especially
spring.
here.
Well, I'm talking my truth. I don't give a fuck about other places.
64 here today, and there's going to be a winter storm.
2
tomorrow.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah, the first 4 days of March Madness are great. It's like,
So
don't
fun.
talk to me. Don't interrupt my shit. Like, I'm just watching basketball and hanging out.
Smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah. Betting on some games. It's going to be fun.
My accounts are pretty depleted. I'm going to have to give them a little boost.
It's been a slow winter.
I've been way off my game recently, man.
Dave, anything else on your end?
No, sir.
We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod for all of our bonus content, amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch, and necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.